In Babylon, where first her queen for state raised walls of brick magnificently great, lived Pyramus and Thisbe, a lovely pair. He found no eastern youth as equal there, and she beyond the fairest nymph was fair. A closer neighborhood was never known, though two the houses, yet the roof was one. Acquaintance grew, their acquaintance they improved to friendship. Friendship ripened into love. Love had been crowned, but infinitely mad. What parents could not hinder, they forbade. For with fierce flames young Pyramus still burned, and grateful Thisbe flames as fierce returned. The fire of love, the more it is suppressed, the more it glows and rages in the breast. When the division wall was built, a chink was left, the cement unobserved to shrink. So slight the cranny that it still had been for centuries unclosed, because unseen. Even in this narrow chink they quickly found a friendly passage for a trackless sound. Safely they told their sorrows and their joys, in whispered murmurs and a dying noise. By turn to catch each other's breath they strove and sucked in all the balmy breeze of love. Thus they their vain petition did renew till night, and then they softly sighed adieu. But first they strove to kiss, and that was all. Their kisses died untasted on the wall. Soon as the morn it o'er the stars prevailed, and warmed by Phoebus' flowers their dews exhaled, the lovers to their well-known place return. Alike they suffer, alike they mourn. At last, their parents they resolved to cheat, if to deceive in love be called deceit. To steal by night from home and thence unknown, to seek the fields and quit the unfaithful town. But, to prevent their wandering in the dark, they both agreed to fix upon a mark that could not their designs expose. The tomb of Minos was the mark they chose. There they might rest secure beneath the shade, which boughs with snowy fruit encumbered made. A widespread mulberry its rise it took, just on the margin of the gurgling brook. Impatient for the friendly dusk they stay, and chide the slowness of departing day. In western seas down sunk at last the light, from western seas uprose the shades of night. The loving Thisbe even prevents the hour, with cautious silence she unlocks the door, veils her face, and marching through the gloom, swiftly arrives at the assignation tomb. When lo, a lioness rushed o'er the plain, grimly besmeared with blood of oxen slain, which by the moon, when trembling Thisbe spies, winged with her fear, swift as the wind she flies, and in a cave recovers from her fright, but dropped her veil, confounded in her flight. When sated with repeated draughts, again the queen of beasts scoured back along the plain. She found the veil, and mouthing it all o'er, with bloody jaws the lifeless prey she tore. The youth who could not cheat his God so soon, late came, and noted by the glimmering moon, some savage feet new printed on the ground. His cheeks turned pale, his limbs no vigor found. But when, advancing on, the veil he spied, stained with blood and ghastly torn, he cried, "'Tis I am guilty, I have thee betrayed, who came not early as my charming maid. Whatever slew thee, I the cause remain. I named and fixed the place where thou wast slain." Then to the appointed tree he hasted away. The veil first gathered, though all rent it lay. The veil all rent, yet still itself endears. He kissed, and kissing, washed it with his tears. Then in his breast his shining sword he drowned, and fell supine, extended on the ground. As out again the blade lie dying drew, outspun the blood and streaming upwards flew. The berry stained with blood began to show a dark complexion, and forgot their snow. While fattened with the flowing gore, the root was doomed forever to a purple fruit. Meantime, poor Thisbe feared, so long she stayed, a lover might suspect a perjured maid. Her fright scarce o'er, she strove the youth to find, with ardent eyes, which spoke an ardent mind. The tune, the tree, but not the fruit she knew. The fruit she doubted for its altered hue. Still, as she doubts, her eyes a body found, quivering in death and gasping on the ground. When her view her bleeding love confessed, she shrieked, she tore her hair, she beat her breast. She raised the body and embraced it round, and bathed with tears unfeigned the gaping wound. Then her warm lips to the cold face applied. And is it thus, ah, thus we meet, she cried. At Thisbe's voice awakened, he opened wide his dying eyes. With dying eyes he tried on her to dwell, but closed them slow and died. The fatal cause was now at last explored. Her veil she knew, and saw his sheathless sword. Now both our cruel parents hear my prayer to offer for us both I dare. O see our ashes in one urn confined, whom love at first and fate at last has joined. Thou, tree, where now one lifeless lump is laid, ere long or two shall cast a friendly shade. Still let our loves from thee be understood, still witness in thy purple fruit our blood. She spoke, and in her bosom plunged a sword, all warm and reeking from its slaughtered lord. The prayer which dying Thisbe had preferred, both gods and parents with compassion heard. The whiteness of the mulberry soon fled, and ripening, saddened in a dusky red, while both their parents their lost children mourn, and mix their ashes in one golden urn.